Hey, what's up, guys? DnA back at it. I know it's been a minute, but we're excited tonight because we got the original firstborn Martinez Thomas boys in the house tonight.
What's good?
What's up?
So we got little D right here, little Derek right here is my son.
Little D, but big D, if you know what I'm saying.
Derek. Anyways, yeah, he's 23. Yeah. Anyways, little D had Derek when I was 16 years old. He's the oldest of four boys. And yeah, Derek, introduce yourself, man. Be professional.
I'm trying, man. It's my first time.
Yeah, so go ahead, man. Just loosen up. It's all good.
What's up? He kind of said it. I'm his oldest boy, Derek. Named after him. I don't know. It's my first time doing this whole podcast thing, so I might be a little, what is it called? Rusty, but
it's all good.
We'll get it going.
It's all good. It's not a big deal, man. And so,
yeah, this is the thing you guys need to realize right now, Derek and Isaiah, that you're right now in front of millions of people. Millions. Pressure's on.
No pressure, baby. No pressure.
So yeah, I had Isaiah when I was 20 years old. You know, my nuts were kind of heavy, so I busted him out. You know, he came in and we're good. You know, so he's the oldest out of three boys. You know, so this is what we're doing. So it's Memorial Day. Shout out to the soldiers out there that have laid it down for us. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. And amen.
Yeah, shout out.
Amen.
Shout out to my grandpa, Rick Martinez. Shout out to my step-grandpa now, Verl Crawford.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys.
Yep.
Appreciate
Shout out to James Marshall, my grandfather. You know, shout out to James Simmons. You know, there's a lot of people that served this country, man, and wasn't asking for a handout for it. Yeah. So we just got to represent that and make sure that that's why
for sure
we're doing some of the shit we're doing right now is because there's people that put the line.
Well, and don't forget, bro. Don't shout out, our president. He served. Oh, wait, no. He didn't serve. He had bone spurs. So, Anyways, Isaiah, introduce yourself real quick,
right,
Isaiah.
Yo, what's up? My name is Isaiah Thomas. Son of Anthony Thomas, right here. You can see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what am I doing right now? I'm currently in my senior year at Eastern Oregon University. I'm playing ball. It's my last season. I'm about to graduate. About to be the first in my family to get a degree, man. So I'm proud about that. Right now, I'm at the crib just chilling, doing some yard work.
Yeah. Get it.
We're here. To get a motherfucking job. That's what we're gonna talk about after the show.
I got y'all.
Yeah, so we got some questions. We're gonna ask these guys just some questions tonight. 10 questions or so, talking about growing up in the cul-de-sac, the Martinez Thomas households. Just kind of get your input.
And those that are in our show, they know that me and D, we live right next door to one another in a cul-de-sac with 7 kids. There's some other kids. The Valdez's lived across the street, whatnot from us, and they had 2 girls, but then they had a boy. But it was mostly all boys running through our neighborhood doing boy stuff. And if you're an 80s kid, these kids are doing 80 kids dumb shit stuff. So, which was cool as shit. You gotta live a little bit. So So D, you got some questions? For
yeah.
you guys,
so I got
man?
some
What's
questions.
up?
We got some questions we put together real quick. So you guys, pressure's on. You guys ready for this?
Loosen up, man. Loosen up. You can't make our show look bad.
Always ready.
You can't make our show look
DnA?
bad.
DnA, baby.
Okay.
The originators.
DnA?
I should have named him Anthony instead of Isaiah.
First question off the top. What was it like growing up together in the Martinez Thomas environment? What was it like for you guys growing up together?
The peace sack?
Yeah, just growing. You guys, pretty much your whole lives together. We grew up together. What was it like in that environment?
The dream come true, man. I don't know. I think every young boy, at least I can't speak for girls, but.
You ready?
No, it's going. Thank you.
Wow. I think every
She's buzzed, bro.
So, anyways, what was it like?
Anyways, I think every young boy wishes they could grow up like with a best friend that's a neighbor, that you could do everything with, that you could do every sport with. I mean, even fight with that time. So I grew up with Isaiah my whole life. So I mean, I don't know, man. It was like the best thing for a young boy, you know, best childhood. Learned a lot, and
Nice.
I wouldn't want it any other way. So
Right. So how was it for you growing up with the Martinez family?
I mean, living in PSAC. I mean, that's what we called it growing up.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania cul-de-sac.
Talking that mic, son.
I would say it was competitive, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I take away from that. It was competitive. I mean, me and you are the same age. Drayton and Lorenz, same age. Kyson, Darius, and then we got Davin too. And he was out there swinging the bat too. You know what I'm saying, or shooting. But it was just competitive.
Yeah.
We were always playing a different sport.
Yeah.
Always just we're always outside. You know.
Yeah, you guys were the typical, like Ant said, like the 70s, 80s kids, just
Facts.
outside,
Like,
in the streets,
we're
riding
talking
bikes.
about like till midnight. Like on summer nights, bro. Like it was like 1, 2 o'clock sometimes.
Yeah.
But it was just in the cul-de-sac. Like we couldn't leave past the mailbox. But we knew, you know. It
Yeah.
was,
That's some good times, man.
Bro.
It was
Good
the
times,
best
man.
times.
Those-
we
those-
wish we could go back.
Those
sometimes.
were some good times, man.
No worries.
I think as a parent, dude, like that was like ideal to have just that environment. You know what I'm saying? Like it was cool. It was cool for us to be able to provide that. I think.
Right. And just for you guys out there, it's always good to have a yin and a yang as a group because I was kind of crazy dad, and Derek was kind of a laid back dad, and we kind of balance one another out. You know.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things is to where if I was just all by myself in the cul-de-sac, I would have been a maniac, and CPS probably would have been called on me for being some guy that was crazy going through the neighborhood. So, but yeah, it's always good to have.
I remember one of my best friends almost got beat up by Anthony for standing on the basketball hoop. We thought he was joking, but he was serious.
oh,
Yeah, fuck them kids.
I remember one time one of the kids came home and said, "Hey, I heard Isaiah or Lorenz screaming from inside.
From upstairs, the
he's
window.
getting some whoopings up there."
oh yeah,
Yeah.
for surely.
Yeah, let me tell you, man. At Thomas House, man, let me tell you, I'll whoop that motherfucking ass if you ain't follow. I'm like a motherfucking 1950s dad. I'm crazy, you know. Call CPS, and when they get there, I'm gonna kick their ass too.
So hey, another question for you guys. What was the most memorable moment of so in our house, sports, our household sports, we did a lot of sports,
Definitely
right?
sports.
Whole life.
All sports our whole life. So what was maybe your most memorable moments in youth sports, AAU basketball? What was something that you guys remember?
AAU basketball. Basketball is my sport. Isaiah more football, but we
Oh,
always
yeah.
grew up playing basketball together.
sure.
So, my favorite moment though, my first favorite moment was beating Moses like fast break. That's,
I remember that.
That's right here in my heart, man. 'Cause
Fast break.
it was the kids.
Who's fast break?
The
bro?
kids. Well, no, it was the kids that kind of had the handouts in this town.
Damn.
Hey, man.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, just know, man. Express the way you feel.
Yeah.
Fuck what anybody
No, the
thinks
kids
about
that
it,
had
bro.
the handouts against the kids that weren't even looked at for a chance, you know. So,
Right.
So I mean, they thought we were a joke. Came out there a bunch of, I don't know, a lot of
Yeah.
diversity in our team, man. So we were looked at a little different, but
Yeah.
when we beat them,
yeah.
it was a good feeling,
Yeah,
man.
I know exactly what you're saying is because my whole deal is that when you're playing a sport, you want to go out there, you want to take that other team's soul. You want to own them. You want to dominate them. You want to shut their whole soul down to where they don't even want to. They want to talk about you years later.
Yeah.
Like, hey, remember we were a good team. Then we went against that team. That's what greatness is. Greatness is to where you go in there and you dominate a team so man, we just take their soul away from them.
Yeah.
And so what about the whole integrity part on a basketball or football field? That shit's for the real world, you know.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying. Is to fact that I remember that game. You know, I remember that game, and I think we walked through that tournament pretty easy.
Well, you know, and I think too, as a coach early on, that I coached with that. We both coached with that chip on our shoulder, like we were gonna prove a point because I think we were both kind of grown up as outcasts, overlooked. And then our kids were kind of in that same kind of environment. And you and I just wanted something different. We knew we could be better.
Yeah.
And so we came out with a chip on our shoulder too, and we're just like,
Oh yeah, for
make
sure.
we want everybody to cry.
And that's the thing is that's where the yin and the yang comes, because I still have that chip. I fucking hate every team I play. I don't like you. I don't like the coaches. After the game's over, we're all cool and stuff, and I love you and your family. But when the whistle blows, I don't give a fuck about you.
No friends,
but
man.
Derek keeps me balanced because I'm like,
new
hey,
friends. No new friends. Sorry.
right?
I
So
don't know.
Derek keeps me balanced. So I'm like, I'm more of a person, but it's just a sport. So which one of your better moments?
I would say just going. I remember when we were younger. I'm talking about like 5th, 6th grade. 5 or 6 of us. We would just go on a tournament, man. Only 5 or 6 guys, bro.
I remember that,
Bro. Like, and we're not talking about just like some scrub tournament. We're talking about some legit teams, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
I remember we battled out with
They're known.
like Emerald City, right?
Yep.
I remember, the Fury at the time. I don't know if they
Yeah.
called Future or Fury. That was a good Spokane team or wherever they're
Tri-Cities, I
from.
think.
Tri-Cities.
We're talking basketball though.
Yeah.
Yeah, basketball.
And I remember we went with 5-6 guys in some of these tournaments,
And we're battling, man.
yeah.
We're talking like,
Yeah.
what else was there? The Wenatchee tournament.
Yeah.
We know that one.
Those are some of your better moments.
We're talking about youngin, right?
Yeah,
just doesn't matter.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
get-
young
get-
and
get-
before
yeah.
high school, youth, and or AAU, so sports and non-sports. But yeah, Wenatchee was legit. We won it.
Are
We
we
won a
talking
tournament.
AAU or are we talking everything?
Everything.
We were just talking about some moments growing up.
Yeah.
Some of your better moments.
Yeah, either.
Basically growing up with the Martinez's.
Yeah,
Because we got thousands of stories.
we did Grid Kids. I remember you throwing me touchdowns in Grid
But
Kids.
it doesn't even have to really necessarily be about sports, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I kind of like.
Yeah.
But our life revolved a lot around sports, though, right?
Exactly. That's all we did growing up.
remember
And the whole
doing
deal
the
is
sport.
that sports is, I think, a foundation that's good for every household. If your kid's not doing a sports, make sure that he or she is doing something that's competitive to use their mind. And you want to you need for them to let that aggression out, because we all have it.
Yeah.
Especially boys when they hit that T-level part and they're jacking off and they're doing all this weird stuff. They need to serious, you guys. They need to let some of the frustration out with anger, or they have to get it out in some type of way, man, because that's just who we are as humans.
Well, man, and I think back, because we've coached, so I've coached for like 14 years in all sports, and basketball is probably the one that we're vested a little more in, a little more competitive wise, and I miss the competitiveness that these kids brought to the table, the toughness. Like I feel like the toughness is. We went into a lot of tournaments and games as like underdogs, and like these kids at a young age though, they relished it, and if they got their ass beat, which happens sometimes, there was no letdown.
Right.
They wanted them again the next day to prove that they could get there.
Yeah.
Can I speak on that for a sec?
Yeah.
Just real quick. No, I never really realized that till nowadays. Now that I'm older and I've coached a little bit myself, and then been around my brothers playing sports and stuff, and their friends. They're younger teams, and I never I just never seen our drive that we had. To stick together and represent who we are, and we didn't add the best players from other teams to try to beat the good teams. We just stuck it through, and we're the underdogs until we made it. Until we were good enough. We worked harder. But nowadays, at least in my hometown, there's a couple kids here and there, but most kids are looking for the easy way out. They want to go play with the best select team, or I don't know. They want to team up, and they don't want to work as hard. They don't got that chip on their shoulder to prove for their town and who they are.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I appreciate you guys doing that, giving us that mentality young, because you appreciate later on in life, because now I look back, I look at the kids now, and I'm like, man, go work your ass off, get to work, man.
They're pussies, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're all entitled, man.
So how do you feel about that?
Exactly.
Feel about what do you mean in particular?
Do you like the same thing he's saying, as far as the loyalty and the toughness, and being able to just stick it through until you guys were better than those teams, and not hopping around just to
fill the void of winning?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I felt like that would that's the same team. The same team we're talking about is the same team that I went to the Tacoma Dome, right?
Yep.
Right, same squad, and win or lose, we were always together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are a rare team. You guys started off as fourth and fifth graders, sixth graders, seventh graders, all the way up is rare. I don't think there's probably any team ever that's ever stuck together from that.
That's a Hall of Fame team, bro. That should be on the wall.
Oh.
I'm dead ass right now.
Yeah.
Whoever is the runner of the head runner of the athletics club or high school, whatever, we should be on the Hall of Fame.
And just the unity you guys had was something that's just so unique, man. The unity was so unique because where you guys may have lacked in talent sometimes, the unity and loyalty you had to each other got you over the hump against teams that may have been more talented just because you guys would fight for each other. Exactly. And nowadays, kids just kind of throw in the towel because it's difficult. So that's tough. That's tough to see. Those days were some good days, man. And we still got some good basketball we're doing, but this was just different basketball.
Because it was more of like we were fighting for respect.
Yeah.
It got to like our senior. I mean, your junior, my sophomore year, like that time of AU, that's when everybody started to respect us. Like everybody wanted to hop on the squad.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. No, I remember when we first started. Like, well, first we had Fast Break, the other Moses Lake team. There was another one.
There was a couple Moses Lake teams.
Funky Monkeys.
Whatever the hell.
They were good until we had our squad. But no, there was a couple teams and nobody respected us. And I remember we started winning the tournaments here, and then the older teams were like, "Oh, these guys are a joke."
Well, we gotta tell people who was on that squad, man.
Yeah.
Who was the original? Who was the original? Like 5'6".
Isaiah, Trey Joseph, Caesar Sandoval,
Ricardo Gonzalez.
Who else? Ivan Tapia.
But
Ivan wasn't part of the original.
No,
the original.
That Wenatchee tournament. That was crazy, man. Trey Joseph still had that buzzer beater.
I just remember that.
You guys were like the.
That was the fivers. Aaron Johnson. Duh. Yeah. Remember him?
Aaron Johnson.
Yeah.
That was who it was.
Yeah. They bounce. That's good.
Yeah.
But you guys were the reason why we started doing it. Yeah. When we started coaching, it was like,
you guys
crazy. Ant and I were like, hey, we're gonna do this, man. Then we went and rounded up some Bad News Bears, and
the thing was Derek. Derek started the Warriors a year before, and then he started it, and then he went. I think he went with some guys, and it didn't really. It kind of did all right, and then he's like, "Hey, Ant, you think Isaiah wants to play?" And I'm like, "Man, we play football, bro. Fuck that basketball, man." I was like,
Facts.
all I
know is Yak.
And Derek's like, "Come on, man." I was like, "All right, bro, we'll do it." So Derek is the foundation of the Warriors, and Derek had this template that he had laid out how he wanted things ran a certain way, and I just followed basically on kind of how he wanted to do things, and basically he laid it out. Hey, I want to do this, do that, and I was like, whatever you want. I was a general on basically if the kids didn't fall in line, I kick them in the ass, and that's just how it is. So it's one of those things is that Derek had a really good vision when it came to helping these kids out, and it worked, So So we got another question,
and it was the teamwork though. It was this that made it special, man.
That the reason why I keep bringing up that Wenatchee tournament is because they turned off the lights, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck Wenatchee.
Right when we won, like
I don't nothing like fuck Wenatchee. I hate them.
Unless you're a fan, unless you're a subscriber.
Yeah, like literally, they were still handing out the trophies, man, and they like literally were turning off the lights.
Yep.
Yeah, they turned the lights off on us as we were getting trophies. They turned the lights off in the gym, basically kicking. We weren't supposed to win. Kick us out of there.
We weren't.
But hey, we left out there smiling still.
Yeah, I think we went to their what's that place? Red Robin.
Yeah.
Especially when you hold the trophy.
So let's get on to another one. Hey, with all the sports we played growing up, and we were pretty intense. I think we were probably the most intense with you guys because you guys were our oldest boys. But is there anything that you guys would have changed, good or bad? Anything would have changed in your youth sports experience or growing up?
Changed.
Go ahead, D.
I don't know with the big with sports. I don't think there's much I'd change. I wish I can go back and do it again. Take it.
Just have the knowledge you have right now.
Yeah, I take it pretty serious. But if I can go back again, I'd take it even more serious because you don't realize it when you're there, but time goes by too fast, man. So cherish the moments.
That's good. And just you saying that, can you just address some of the kids out there that may be watching on how you feel right now? I
don't know. You guys might think this shit's hard right now, and people tell you all the time that You know that it goes by fast, and you don't think it right now, but hey, when
should
it's
go
over,
by
you're gonna want to go
quick.
back. So I'm just enjoy it, work hard, man. You know, I don't even if you go play like if you're chasing a sport and a dream, even community college is cool, man. Any scholarship you could get, even if you got to walk on, just work hard for that shit and appreciate the grind, man. Appreciate all that because
the grind.
Because you look back now, like when it's over, and you're like, damn, I wish I would have worked harder. I wish I would have, you know, just taken those chances because you don't lose nothing, man.
Yeah,
Right.
that's good stuff.
So what would you do? Any change of anything in like good or bad that you know?
Actually,
is that the question?
Yeah, is there anything you would change about?
Anything?
I wouldn't change shit, man. I'm gonna be real. I feel like I worked pretty hard about whatever I wanted to accomplish. But I mean, if we're talking about sports, one thing I would change is I would have never picked up a baseball bat, man. I would have ran track. I would have been a track dude.
Hey,
Yeah,
And I think that would have definitely improved my game. As I'm still playing college ball, but I'm just saying I think that would have.
Yeah.
I'm fast too, but I would be even faster. you
yeah,
know?
yep.
and
So track will be one of your deals.
I don't want to go too deep into it, man, but I don't know. Baseball is a cool sport for me, but
That was
there's
political.
a little story where this guy, so basically, he was told he can't play unless he cuts off his hair.
For real. I mean,
Yeah.
hold on.
If I could go back with it, if I can go back, man,
That's
I
crazy.
wouldn't have fucking played after that year, bro.
I
I was too young to think for my
we were too
own
young to understand that shit,
understand
bro.
it, But now if I can go back, man, I would have said, fuck that, man.
That was,
Well,
I'm not gonna
I'm
say it
not
was a
playing,
race
man.
thing, but that's kind
it's
of a race thing.
Let's just say, you know, it is a race thing. It is
'Cause that's
It's
my natural
plain and
hair,
simple.
bro.
It is, and plain and simple it is. And this is the craziest thing about this situation. Your dad's mom. They're very fucking strong, dude. Because I was so pissed, and I know they're pissed because they're your parents. I was pissed. I remember when we were done with that. I called your dad.
Well, I didn't. I think I made the All-Star team that year. I just had a cornrow in my hair.
You had to. You
I had a
made it, but you
cornrow
had
head.
to. Yeah, but I don't think you played that year because
No,
your parents
you
were like.
Was it the
nah.
next year?
No. The next year you made it, but you went to the second team.
Yeah.
You
So
weren't cutting
And
your
I
hair.
was because I was the cut of my hair.
This is what happened. This is what happened.
Yeah.
So they basically said that if you wanted to be on the team, though, you had to cut your hair.
Remind you, I'm like 10 or
And-
11 years old,
Yeah,
right?
little kid, and this kid's a stud, right? And Derek's. These guys were studs in everything they played, and I remember that though, because I called your dad afterwards and said, "Hey," I said, "Man, fuck this, man." I said, "Listen, dude, I'll take my son. You get your son. We'll coach a team. We won't be the most like all-star team. We'll be the reject team, but we'll beat them. I guarantee you. And I'll get because I could have got half those kids, if not more, that were gonna go play in the all-star team. We could have got them.
Mm-hmm.
And your dad was like, "Nah, man. This is it's a lesson. It's a good life lesson."
It is a good life
And I was so
lesson, man.
pissed at your dad for that
And I
too.
didn't understand it at the time, but I mean,
Yeah.
I understand.
But
now.
you know what? It was, man. And I was so pissed because we've seen that shit time and time again, especially in our community. We've seen that, dude. But you know what? I respect your dad so much for doing that because I think what it taught you in the long run is far better than what we would have learned playing a summer of all-star baseball. You know what I'm saying?
That was politically correct, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's
And it
some-
was like to the point to where like I knew I should have been on the I was 11
Yeah.
years old and I knew I should have been on the All-Star team.
Oh.
All the All-Star teams,
Well,
man.
but see, the thing is that that's the reason why we tell parents to get their kids into sports because there's gonna things that they're gonna learn on that field and the things that they go through.
Real.
So when they go to the real world, you guys are young right now. You guys are 23, 22 years old, whatnot. You guys ain't seen shit. You think. Think you know.
Yeah.
You think that you've
Yeah.
seen these things, but you don't have a fucking clue. And there's going to be something that you're going to go through in real life, and it's going to take you back to an event that happened on the sports, and you're going to have that same feeling because the passion that you love so much for this game is going to affect you in the job world, where it's going to have for you providing for your family, and you're going to be like, oh, I know how this feels. I've been here before.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing. And
That's
so
true.
you ain't going to want to pick up a gun and go shoot nobody.
We just got to deal with
You gotta
adversity
deal with
without fucking burying
Deal
your
with
head in the sand. And
Yeah.
fucking
I mean,
crying.
I knew I was done with baseball though. I mean, I think it was my last year playing, like right before I went into high school, and I literally just walked up to the All-Star coach and was like, "I'm done, man."
Yeah.
Like I played one doubleheader against Walla Walla, and I played like 8 innings out of like whatever how many, and
Hit that red button, Isaiah. Sorry to stop you.
Yeah, so he played 8 innings out of, I think it was like 3 different games, whatnot. And I was done with it because we live in Washington, and the next tournament was over in Idaho.
Yeah.
And it was
Summer baseball sucks. If you don't love baseball,
we
sucks,
weren't.
dude.
Dude, we were going to Crystal Lake.
Whatever that is.
We were going to the number one capital racism in the United States at the time.
Yeah.
And I told the coach, I was like, whoa, you got a tournament in this area?
Yeah.
And this motherfucker laughed like, yeah, I know how you're feeling. Man, fuck you, bro.
You're taking my family over there to an environment. You're taking my family over there. You have some fucking compassion. Have some fucking empathy, bro. Fuck sympathy. Have some fucking empathy. Yeah. But he never fucking could. So I was like, hey, my son's not digging this. We're out, you know? Yeah, and D played up into high school, up into his freshman year, I think, and then he got done with it at that point, and just kind of did the basketball thing.
Yeah, I think that if you would have continued
talking about
baseball,
I think if you were filthy at baseball,
I think if you would have,
that's crazy to even think about.
You could have won a lot of places, man.
That's crazy to even think about. I forgot.
Good old days.
Well, I couldn't forget.
But I'm glad we did it, man. Knowing some of the guys that are big names in this town of baseball, they got to fucking say about who plays and what happens here and stuff, man. I never would play.
Baseball is literally political here.
Yeah.
And it's like so vivid to see too.
It's everywhere, You guys were the ones that broke the mold. We'll get into that later, but you guys broke the mold of that. So, but hey, so what role has sports played in defining who you are? We talk kind of get into that, but now you're at an age now where you can think back at different lessons.
Everything.
So
reliability. Accountability.
Yep.
What else is there? I mean, molding me into be a more natural leader.
Nice.
Honestly.
That's how you feel. It makes you a leader.
It's naturally. Like, I don't even have to even like try to be a leader. Like, it's just there now, and it's just how I carry myself.
You always had those leadership qualities just by your effort, right? Isaiah could lead just by effort, just because
example for sure.
He was just a fucking dog in every sport. And
he was the littlest guy. The dog, like Isaiah was the littlest guy out there, but the dog, and it's kind of like
I'm still the dog, by the way.
Yeah, come on now. But it's the whole deal is that it was like one of those things is that I don't know if I ever had to teach him though. I didn't have to teach him. Like he just wanted to be the guy to step up.
It could have been like the little man syndrome a little bit too.
Yeah,
that made me a little dog. Because I was always,
you were tiny, dude.
Yeah, I was overlooked or underrated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What about you, D? How's that define kind of where you are now?
How do sports define you? Because let me tell you.
Go ahead.
No. All I'm saying is that how did it define you? Because when you're a sports kid growing up, all the losers, like it's kind of like that whole Ferris Bueller. Kids want to be you, the losers want to be around you. How did it define you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's it's kind of hard for me because I feel like the sports growing up I did like it's kind of who I am. Like it did everything for me. To a point, I did sports all year round, so I don't remember a time where I wasn't. It taught me how to work hard for what I want. Wasn't giving handouts. We talked about that, So I always had something to prove to somebody, but I knew I wasn't getting nothing, so I just had to work my ass off till I got there. So it taught me how to work hard. It taught me how to lead. Because I knew how it felt to be overlooked, so I knew when I could pick out, you go to like tryouts or you see people out at the park working on their game, and I always looked up to those kids. I'd be like, they reminded me of myself, So I'd be like, yeah. So I could lead. I like to lead those kids more than the ones that were in the gyms with their, had the keys to the gym and could work hard every day. I like the kids that were at the park on the concrete, So I could lead those kids more.
Right.
Yeah.
Just everything, man. I don't know. It made me who I am today, but like in every aspect of my life, not just one or a couple things. It's like literally everything.
Yeah, you guys. I can't say it enough. You guys were just different, dude. Because you guys actually worked to be good at something and didn't complain about it. Wanted to do it. I don't know, man.
That's
crazy.
passion a little bit too, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I fell in love with football at a young age.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know how. I mean, you played semi-ball, so I mean, I was always out on the football field,
watching fucking Sunday football.
Yeah, because me and Derek, we played some semi-football.
Oh yeah. He did too.
I caught the first touchdown for our semi-pro team here in Moses Lake.
I remember that.
Touchdown!
What was your dance?
I just did this. That's all. I didn't do no dancing. No.
Was that it?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
I didn't do the river. You did the river dance.
What was your dance? What was your dance?
I didn't do no dance, but I think I just. Come on, ride this train.
Hey.
No, I did the Barry Sanders. I just like ran and gave the ball to the ref. Type of, you know. But when I was in high school and in junior high, I'd be fucking dancing and shit in the end zone. Yeah, in your face. Yeah, but you know, when you get older, it's kind of like
I didn't dance. Well, yeah, I danced, but I didn't like when I scored. I didn't dance.
Yeah.
That's you just gave the ball.
Just
to the
you
ref,
act like you've been there before.
Yeah, you did the Barry Sanders because I think me and that like just get the fucking ball to the ref, man. You gonna be there again and again, so just give the fucking ball to the ref.
Facts.
Yeah. So what we got next?
Next question. So you guys are Isaiah's the oldest of three. Derek's the oldest of four. So what's your take on being the big brother / role model for your brothers and in a household of a bunch of younger boys? Like, what's your take on that? Party foul.
Hold up.
I don't know, man. I try to
Hand it to me. I'm drinking Coors and dang.
with my little brothers. I try to kind of like what I said earlier. I just try to make them appreciate the time right now. Because I know young kids think life's rough right now. They want to grow up and they hate having practice every day and stuff. So I try to explain to them that it goes by too fast. With that, but
Yeah.
at the same time, try to be understanding. Because you're the older brother. So
Yeah.
but. I don't know. There's a lot that goes into being an older brother, man.
So your question was some around like advice as an older brother to your younger brother?
like or do you, how serious do you take that role as the older brother, being a role model? Like
I
take that serious,
Yeah.
man. It's a pressure. I get that. I have that pressure growing up. It's like kind of like set the tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lead by example. And if you lead by example, obviously your brother's gonna want to follow.
Yeah. That's true, man.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I kind of, you like you said, you got to set the tone. You got to let them know how it has to be.
Let them know.
But I don't know, my little brothers need to get popped in the mouth sometimes too. So
they always do, bro. They always think they're smart.
I work my ass off. Sometimes they're being lazy. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you guys doing, man? But
yeah, I tell them,
get it, man.
They'll live with regrets too. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing is you'll look back. Because I know you're still playing some college ball. Little Derek walked on and had 1 year of JUCO basketball and decided to walk away. And you guys realize, man, like that, your moment in time to pursue these things are so short, dude.
For real.
And once they're done, dude.
Yeah.
That's the toughest thing for me as a parent too is, having him so young is we just kind of, you give up on some things to pursue being a father. So the last thing I want is my kids to give up too early, live all the things that I didn't get to, you know what I'm saying, and my wife didn't get to. So for these little suckers sometimes to be lazy and not work and enjoy the fruit that we're giving them, Derek needs to smack him more. That's all I'm saying. Fucking smack these little shit.
It's starting now, man. I started a little too late, but now I get it, man.
Beat him up, man.
Yeah.
So let's transition a little bit to high school, just high school. So what was your favorite, most memorable high school experiences? And it could be sports and non-sports. If you have anything non-sports,
can I add on to that before we get to that? So listen, so who was your favorite high school coach?
High school coach?
And then we'll get into
high school coach.
Yeah, I like the way that he coached, like. And then on top of that, you all right with that?
Yeah. My basketball coach, Growth. Shout out to Growth.
Oh, I like Growth.
He's my favorite coach, man. And I think
a lot of guys love Growth, dude.
Yeah, I like Growth because cool he spoke for me when other coaches wouldn't. So
Coach Growth.
There was times where I was going through some things where I was like, man, I'm getting fucked over. Wanted to be done with that, and he was the only one in basketball at least that spoke up for me when nobody else would. He knew what was going on, and he verbally expressed it with the other coaches, and so him and Curtis Weber too. Curtis Weber came on in my later years, but he spoke up and Yeah, he was a cool guy, man. Solid coaches for me, you know.
They saw that you had a strap on you, bro. You could hit it from deep, bro. That's what they saw.
Yeah,
they
bro,
knew.
should've used them more.
Growth was a shooter back in the day too, bro.
Yeah.
Was Grove really a shooter?
Yeah,
he
still
could ball.
is.
Was he really?
Yes.
I don't know, Grove.
That boy could
Yeah.
ball, and I think he realized that he had a strap on you.
Hit him
I
like
mean-
nothing.
What about you, my man?
What are you talking about, ball? I just
Coach?
passed.
Coach.
He's like, Coach, I don't need a coach, man.
Yeah.
Coach wise, what we talking? Football? Any coach?
Any.
coach.
In high school?
Yeah, even your cheerleader coach. I mean, you know, your clarinet coach. I mean, hey, you know,
I
whatever.
didn't like many coaches in high school, man. So those are my two that.
Ah, man. All right, so for football, I would say Mr. Whittle and Berthoff. That's who I'd say. Yeah, Berthoff. You know why I like Berthoff? Because he was a math teacher and he was smart as hell, right? But then he would go onto the football field, bro, and he'd like act like he was one of the players. Like he was that lit. He was that passionate about the game. He was a DB coordinator.
Is Berthoff really?
Yes, that dude was lit, man. And before every game, like before we'd even like roll out and like stretch as a team, he would just motivation talk,
Yeah.
speech us.
Nice.
And then after he talked to us, the
tight.
captains would talk.
Yeah.
And then it was
Game time.
litty.
Yeah.
Hey, we needed
That was
that. We needed that in basketball, man. We could even
Hey, these
fucking
motherfuckers
talk to each
didn't
other.
even say yes, bro. I was waiting
You
for
said high school, didn't you?
You said
You
high
motherfuckers
school.
was in high
You
school
said
when we
high
was
school.
coaching y'all.
Yeah, we did.
What the fuck, man?
You
No,
guys
you-
said high school coaches, man.
We did.
You said high
We
school
coached.
ball.
Hey, we coached you guys through high school AAU through 12th grade. You assholes.
Not through 12th, man. We stopped you right before that.
No,
You
it
went
was
11,
your
You went
yeah.
10th.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was my sophomore
well, if
year,
you're
your
talking
junior
about-
year.
you guys.
That's
already-
when
you
Mitch
guys already
joined the
knew
squad.
that
That is
though, man.
way. That is
That's
way.
exactly. That's the time Mitch joined the squad, right? Where like,
Yeah.
were you
High
a
school.
junior?
It was
Mitch
high
came,
school.
Mitch came in
Yeah,
your,
was there.
your sophomore year.
Yeah.
And we were really good.
Hey, he came in and he just added on to the flavor, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
it would've been,
we were already
It would have
lit.
been good to
He
have
was,
Mitch. It would've
he
been
was
to
the
have
white
good.
chocolate.
He would have been good to have Mitch like.
Mitch used to be
like,
look ripped too.
at, like
he used to be ripped. Like,
yeah, he was like one of those little action figures, huh? All the time, huh?
Hey, I remember a funny story about Mitch, man. We lived together. I'd get pissed because he was always ripped and I couldn't get cut. And I was like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, bro, that's what I do. Brought me into the high school fucking classroom at like 11 o'clock at night. We're shooting one day. And he's like, trying to follow me, bro. Tell me what he's going to do, right, to get ripped. And I go around the corner. He's in there with the shake weight. He's like, bro, these burns, you fucking shoulders.
He was ripped though.
Yeah, bro.
No, he
I might
was
have a
ripped though,
video.
dude.
I might have a video. And I was like,
No
man, this is what the
way.
fuck this guy's been doing to get ripped.
Is that what you bought one?
I never used that shit again.
You came into his room late at night. He was like sweating and shit.
Hell no,
Like
man.
this?
Like, what are you laying down for? In the Indian position.
Hell no.
Oh,
Hey, but he
dude.
was ripped though. Mitch
That's
was
funny.
Fucking
ripped.
ripped, yeah.
He was ripped.
That was funny. Some
It,
guys.
would have been nice to have Mitch like
Back in the day.
bro, I
Yeah.
can't believe.
I think if we had Mitch when he was younger, like he probably would have been more mentally different, right? Like
Yeah.
as far as just like in the heat of the moment, not get flustered in the heat of the moment, not you know, because you guys get punched in the face out there and keep just like whatever, just balling, you know.
Yeah, Mitch
Yeah.
was he was a firecracker, and the whole deal is that his game was good. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So
He
his
just was
game-
just kind of just the
Yeah.
mind be going
He
maybe
was
sometimes.
fearless when it came to shooting the ball. He was
Yeah.
fearless,
Yeah.
man, and you have to respect that too.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So were you?
Nah,
boy
but
just-
not that fearless.
Yeah, you were, bro. This
I
boy
was
would.
kinda
This
smart
boy would
about
be in the
that,
game
bro.
for 2 minutes and just pull up threes. Just
I'm trying to tell you,
back to back.
I remember one.
having Derek and Mitch out there, man,
Oh,
was dangerous,
dude.
bro.
Remember, man, we played some tournaments with Derek on the right, Mitch on the left, and Isaiah would just come down, and it was just raining threes.
I would
dude.
literally just drive to the
Ping, ping,
basket
ping,
and
ping.
kick it, and then
That's true, man.
We
'Cause
just had to- we just-
Isaiah was your perfect 1960s point guard, bro. He would come down, get a double team, and throw it from like over here to the corner open. Come over here, throw it here open. He would get open
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, and then these
That was
guys
my
would be
job.
And end the game with 0 points, 20 assists, 20
Yes.
steals. 20
Yes.
steals.
Yes.
have a double with no
Yeah,
points.
Double,
I would
no
have
points.
I would have 60 points, but they weren't mine. They were
Holy
my teammates,
Yeah,
but I would
he had
have
like
60
30
points.
assists, Well, fucking, you was a pretty good defender. Your game.
No,
was good.
his average
So,
game would be
where we
like
at, D? So
That was funny, dude.
19 assists,
yes.
about
Oh,
15
and I-
steals.
And
Hey,
I-
you gotta
and
respect
I
that,
remember,
man.
man.
Seattle felt our wrath.
Hey,
when we
what up
picked
though?
it up.
Yeah.
He'd be fouled out by the last minute of the game.
I remember Isaiah too. Like when he was a little bit younger, before he couldn't make layups to save his life, dude. He'd get so many steals. I remember one time in one game, he probably had 12 steals, like in a half, and he missed every fast break layup, dude.
Come on, everyone, bro.
I think
That
so.
was like the first year. 'cause
Dude,
he never played basketball.
But
I was
once he got up there, like
That's my fault.
late middle school, I think he clicked,
like,
and it was
that
a.
my fault.
but-
Yeah, I mean,
didn't play
I picked up a basketball in 5th grade. Man,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
around
But
5th,
the
6th
thing
grade.
is this, but even with that being said, you're too good to not have on the court. Like you said, you're
Yeah.
getting the court missing layups, right? Because you're that good. So.
Yeah,
It was
I
crazy,
didn't even
man.
think about it that way.
But the thing is, it never changed your game. Like kids now, even my 13-year-old man, he'll miss a layup or two, and he takes
That
himself
kid's-
out of the game mentally. Like it's like, bro,
Yeah.
like
That's wrong
it's
with
just
these kids nowadays,
yeah.
dude. They're fucking pussies.
Yeah.
But what the reason why our team, if we see any little pussy in our group, it's man, your fault, bro. We got to get back. Me
Yeah,
and
I
you got
know.
to get back that same mindset
I know.
we had with them.
Yeah, y'all were some dogs, bro.
Yeah,
I
we-
remember
like,
both
see-
y'all used to get teched up.
I'm trying.
And then Susanna and they're fighting cops. Just joking.
Dude. Hey, we were just built different back then. We just got older, dude. I think. What happened?
gotta
we
get that
we
back,
got
man.
two. We got
our T level dropped, man.
we just got.
Happened, man. Our
Hey,
T
man.
level
Gotta get
dropped,
those
and we had
shots.
enough kids, and it's just kind of like, you know what? Hey, it's not gonna be the deal. But I want to be mean, man. I
Come on, dude. Be mean, dude.
I want to be mean. No, don't get me
Hey,
started. In
hey,
here. No,
so-
I be wanting to fuck these kids up in practice. And he's like, well, let's run over this play. I'm like, man, fuck you. Fuck run over the play, man. Let's make these guys run line, do push-ups till they throw up and they shit themselves. They're just like, we got to figure the play out. Now, back in the day, Derek he'd have been like, all right, we can run them for a little bit till they just shit themselves, but not too much. Okay, not just a
Yeah,
little
maybe
boo-boo.
you might be right. I gotta get
We
tough.
got, man, listen, man, hey,
So, hey,
all
right.
our kids, AAU kids
I don't know,
out
they
there, I
might
hope
quit.
you listen to this. Oh, their parents love it. You got to think,
you
man.
sure?
They
Our group
love
right
it.
now, our
They
group right
love
now, yeah.
it, man.
Our
Our
group right now
parents,
is good. The
our
last
parents
group wasn't
want
probably having it. So
the kids that we have right now. They want greatness, man, and we got to do it. But we got to run these kids until they shit
So-
things. And we
so
ain't
hey,
talking-
so all right, we'll
ahead.
get back to this. So best high school experience, real quick.
For
Best
me, going to state, man.
state for basketball.
State basketball. That's my best
What
experience.
about you
man.
going to state? No. So what's your best high school? What is it?
Best high school's experience.
Well,
Yeah.
you already said yours? You said state?
Yeah, mine's going to state. Man.
Yeah,
Going to
I would
the
say
Dome.
your senior season, my junior season was probably a season that most won't forget about.
Yeah, it's different.
And then my senior season of football, I would say is probably like the best. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's my best time, man.
I mean, we
That was something I always look forward to, but I don't know. People always said it wouldn't happen.
Man,
you
we
know?
spoke that for so many years, man. Remember?
Yeah.
Like we just spoke. We said, hey, you guys are gonna go to
Yeah.
state. You guys are gonna do
Going
to
this.
state.
You're gonna do
I
it.
remember my junior year too. Some of the older guys, like once we didn't make it there, they were kind of like, everybody thought that shit was over. Like that was the run for state. That was the team. It wasn't happening. So the next year, I was like, man, we're gonna make it. I kind of already knew, you know.
You guys
like,
are built for it,
that
man.
mentality. So that was one of my best moments, and I feel like not a lot of people really. They knew we were good, but that kind of made the difference. You know, do
And-
something that people haven't done in a long time.
and the diversity
You know.
on that team.
Yeah,
I loved it, dude.
Different, man.
You guys
Different.
changed that, man. Just so you know, I want you guys to know how powerful you guys with that. And I kind of see. I feel like that's kind of we're going back in time again. But you guys in Moses Lake, you know, you guys came in with, you know, Mexicans and blacks and Asians and. You know,
Yeah,
like
and
that really was the team. That was the team, bro. Like you guys, and it was bigger than basketball, man. Like you guys understand how big that was. I thought we turned the tide, and we've kind of went backwards. I think, in my opinion. So hopefully we can get back to where the diversity's there.
Well,
You
I think it boils down to just winning.
Yeah.
The whole deal is I think a lot of coaches, what they do is they look at the community. And they look at the kids' parents and they take their advice on what they think.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, you know what, man, I'm putting the best motherfuckers on the court to win.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what you guys think about.
Yeah.
These guys grind it out. I see the fight. And the whole deal is that fight, I'm talking about the 19 motherfucking 20s. There's a fight that you can see in a person, to where it doesn't have nothing to do with race. It doesn't have nothing to do with religion. You can say this guy's a fighter.
Yep.
You know, and if you can get that, I don't care what community you're in. If you have the fight and it's like this kid's got some motherfucking fight, you'll win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He may not be the best fucking shooter. He
Yeah.
may not be the best fucking anything, but that motherfucker's gonna make sure he gets that the touchdown, or he's gonna make sure he gets to the quarterback to sack that motherfucker. This is just a fight when it comes to people. So, but like you said, I would like to put politics to the side when it comes to sports.
Yeah, dude, I'm sick and tired of that shit.
Yeah, that
man.
juniors. Hey, that team though, Hall of Fame team.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I put
How
you
long?
guys
How
up
long
against
was it?
anybody.
How long was it before they went to the dome?
It's like 20 years.
20 years, and I mean
20-some years.
A lot of people, they had their minds made up what they thought it was gonna be, but then the coach Holman says, nah, this is the group I'm taking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I respect Coach Holman a lot.
I'm taking
For that,
this group.
I respect him.
just as a man.
He had a lot of pushback.
Yeah.
People just like
I
I don't really give a fuck. What I seen, and we go back to the fast break in us. He's like, I seen something that was way different. I need for my boys to play like these.
Yeah.
Well,
you know, and the thing is, this gets me too, man. Is like we got to get over the politics in the sports, man. It's because if you look overall, consistently, Moses Lake's not putting out good programs athletically.
Nothing
Like,
but wrestling.
Wrestling is consistently good. They have some standards that have set
And
and,
they're
expectation,
diverse.
and they're diverse, right? And the thing is, they want the best because the standard's set for them. They need to go to state and they need to win state. The standard's there.
Yeah.
Right? So, unfortunately, every other sport we have, the standard's not there. So these guys keep coming. We just do the same thing, repeat the same thing every year.
Yeah.
There's no fucking standard. So the thing is to me is this: if there, what's
the
it gonna?
talent's there.
The talent's there, bro.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
The talents do this.
So what are we gonna do? And this is a topic for the day. I'm gonna get off right away. But what we need to do is we need to set a fucking expectation, a standard, and if we don't get there by what we're doing now, scrap that shit, dude. Scrap that stuff. New systems, new coach, new blood, new something, because what you're doing ain't working. Anyways, I'll get off that. That's a rant for another day, and I got some strong opinions on that.
Put that down in the notes because we're at 20 minutes, 22 minutes.
Oh man, we're at 45 minutes, but we got a few more questions. So hey, so we're gonna flip it.
It's been 45 minutes.
We're gonna flip it real quick. We're gonna get.
You guys do more talking, you two.
Yeah.
All right, what's up? What up? Hey, follow me. My username is
So-
IJT_. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good, man. But I want to flip it though, real quick, because we got some. You know, the whole point of our show, Ant and I show initially, was just to talk about all kinds of topics that are hot topics, but to us, and be funny and lighthearted and some serious stuff. And it's hard to kind of not. Want us to be a light episode, but our country's going through some stuff. So I just want to get your take real quick. What's your take on what's going on in our country today with racism and discrimination? Like, what's your take on that? I'm curious to know. Two younger guys, you know, we've lived a lot longer. We've seen some things. What about you guys?
That shit's still alive and healthy, man.
Yeah, man. And if you don't notice it, man, you're just blind to the fucking society, man.
It's
Like,
vivid.
I don't know. I've been speaking this shit for a couple years. You know what's going on, and I don't know, people I've been around and shit. They act like they don't. I don't know. They act like shit ain't going on, or they'd be like, oh, just fucking like anybody else, you know, just listen to cops, listen to what people say, and there'll be no problems. But I don't know. This shit's alive and it's going on, man. It's like we made no changes.
The news says it all, man. That's all I gotta
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, I don't know.
Says it
and
all.
I bet you've dealt with it, but I know for myself, I'm not saying it's as bad as what other people have, but I know a couple years ago, I was at the fair helping people. Some kids were trying to, a family was in a parking lot, and a group of kids were trying to fight the dad for no reason. So I go on the way, you know, I'm younger, so I was like, you know what, these guys trying to fight are younger, I'm gonna go split this up. You know, it's a husband, wife, and their little kid. So I get in the way to split it up. I end up splitting up the fight, and then cops come around the corner with their flashlights and shit, and I get fucking arrested and slammed on the ground. And I don't know. I'm not saying that it's because I'm brown and because maybe the way I looked at what I was addressing and shit, but it was some bullshit when I'm over there trying to help people and I'm the one that got fucking put
Even-
in handcuffs.
And even when the families telling the police,
the family's telling the police he's helping us, and they're just saying we don't care. We got here. There's a fight right here. Boom, put me in handcuffs. Like, I don't know.
hit that red button, Isaiah.
I got another story too. Yeah, I don't know if we're still.
No, yeah, just keep going. You keep talking. The talking don't stop.
Yeah, so that's one story myself, man. And I'm, you know, I think it's bad against all colored people. I think it's a little worse to blacks than it is Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
But I know being the color I am, I know I can speak just a little bit. So another story, I pulled up to work. I called my boss. I was like, hey, can I go get something from work? I left it there. You know, he's like, yeah, you know, just come grab the key, go grab it, lock up the shop. When I get to my shop at work, there's cops there, and they're outside looking around the area, and they're like, hey, what are you doing here? And I show them my work badge. I give them my ID, and I'm like, yeah, I work here, man. I'm just grabbing some stuff I left here during the week. And the cop's like, oh, so you know somebody broke in here? And I'm like, oh, I had no idea, but I figured you guys are outside, you know? And he's like, well, what are you doing here? The business ain't open. You know, and I'm like, man, I just told you. And he's like, oh, what do your tattoos mean on you? You know, and I'm like, then I get mad, and I'm like, man, you don't got to worry about that. You know, I told you why I'm here. I gave you my ID, and I could tell he was frustrated, so I'm not saying, I don't know. It might not have to do with my color, but stuff like that, we shouldn't have to deal with, man, you know, and that's just here in my small little town.
No,
where there's, you know, like.
How many times do you think you've been pulled over? How old are you?
Oh, bro.
How old are you?
Another story.
How old are you?
23.
And how many times do you think you've been pulled over and you're 23 years old?
No, I got pulled over like last year, 2 years ago maybe. And for no reason, the cop just said, what are you doing out late right now? I thought maybe I was speeding or something, you know. And so I pulled over, and he's like, what are you out doing right now? And I was like, I'm just going home, man. You know, I was at my girl's house, whatever. And he just has his flashlight looking on my floor, bro. No reason. He didn't even give me a reason, bro. You know, I wasn't. You see the shit on the media. So now when cops come up to pull me over, I just fucking put my hands on the steering wheel, and I answer the question, bro.
You gotta start recording that shit, obviously.
Yeah, you know, but I ain't trying to risk nothing, bro. So it was late at night, so I'm like, you know, I'm just going home, man. But I should have been now, you know, like I should have been like, what was the reason you even pulled me over, man? Like,
yeah, that's a tough situation. It's a tough situation because you can escalate a thing to a point that's where something bad can happen. You know, even though you're frustrated and annoyed, and it's just a tough thing. I prefer you guys as my kids, right? Just to shut your mouth, answer questions, and give them no attitude, man.
Badge,
because
they feel so powerful with that thing, man.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Like,
what's your take on this stuff going on right now, Isaiah?
Are we talking about my like experiences or my take on?
Have you experienced anything?
I've been patted down a couple times for no reason. Mm-hmm. Walking out of a party, walking out of the Papa's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What else? I've been pulled over for no reason. False brake lights. They said I've had brake lights. I get to my work. There's no brake light. My brake lights are fine.
Wow.
What is it? DWB, what, driving while black, profiling.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I've been pulled over 10 plus times.
Yeah.
I mean, just in
and
Oregon,
no
I've
citation for any one of them.
Nothing.
No.
Speeding ticket for one of them.
For one of them,
and I deserve that one.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I've been pulled over 5-6 times in Oregon, and I've been there for 3-4 years, and then all the times in Moses Lake.
Wow.
So. That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
For a kid, for a 22-year-old kid.
22-year-old kid, yeah.
Yeah,
It makes you wonder, man. You know, I grew up, you know, like never wanted to play the race card. I just felt like it was a cop out. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't something that I wanted to ever be like blame anything on. But the older you get, the older I get, and if you really want to just take a step back and look at things objectively, bro, man, it's it's out there. It's live in our face and prevalent. Right.
And yeah, you told a story. Do you want me to tell a story?
I got another story, bro. That just happened this year, brother. I forgot. I mean, it ain't nothing crazy, but it just shows you what people think when they you know.
Are we talking about like police brutality, or are we talking about just racism in general?
Anything, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like with this story, it's just like people felt comfortable because they knew a cop. They felt like they had a privilege like over us or like a power over us. Like, so this is this story, bro. So City League basketball this year. This last year, basketball. Bro. we're playing against a team, you know, and there's a cop on the team. These
Okay.
guys start talking shit to us, bro. And majority of them are white. Majority of my team is Mexican, couple black guys, and it's just how it is, right? And anyways, they start talking shit to us. We end up getting the game almost gets called off because we almost get in a fight twice. So right, so the guy's like, "Hey, we're gonna shut down City League. This goes down, blah blah." Anyways, we end up finishing the game, and after the game, there's family in the crowd talking shit to us, bro. And we're cool, whatever. You know, you talk shit after the game, it's over. They're over here talking shit. You guys are bitches. You guys are this, and a couple guys off my team are like, "Oh fuck you guys!" Like, see you outside. And then this family's like, "Oh, you guys ain't gonna do nothing. We got a cop on our team. We got a cop on our team." And the guy's like, "Yeah, you guys ain't gonna do shit. We got a cop on our team." So it just shows you, bro. Like, some people see it as a fucking power trip, man. Like,
Yeah.
It is
what the hell are
definitely
you
a
even
power
throwing that
trip.
out there? You talked all this shit. You're gonna beat us up, and you want to see us in the parking lot.
And you're supposed to
Then
be
you
a
start
public
throwing
servant.
Yeah, but you start throwing out, "Oh, we got a cop on my team," and then what makes it worse is the cop on the team don't even speak out or nothing. He's just right there agreeing with them, just walking with them. Like, speak up, man. Like, you protect and serve, man. Be like, "Hey, tell her this ain't right. This ain't right, man."
Yeah.
Like,
And the thing about police,
You
the thing about police now is, bro, when you get pulled over, bro, you don't feel protected. You don't
No,
feel
you feel-
served. You
Yeah.
feel threatened. You feel
yeah,
feared. Man.
nervous, man. You're nervous as hell.
And it shouldn't feel that way.
I understand that. And it's you know, one thing is it's kind of cool when you get a cool cop.
Yeah.
You ever had a
For
cool
real.
cop?
Yeah, I've had
You
a
We,
get
cool
we
cop.
I know there's one cool. I mean,
It's
I'm
cool cops,
lucky
like,
to know.
it's kind of like you get pulled over. It's like, oh man, you got.
But doesn't
it's like,
it
Yeah.
ruins it for all those cool cops.
Yeah.
It's like, man, this guy's fucking cool as shit, man.
Yeah.
He's like talking to you, respect and all. It's like, that's right there. That's what integrity, professionalism, accountability.
And that's how you get
The
respect
same-
from the
same
people,
thing that
man.
they have on the back of their license plates underneath
On the side of the
has-
car,
has
yeah.
on. It's like, that was a fucking cool ass cop, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, shout out to Monroe, MLPD. Hey, this is a solid cop, dude. I wish there was more cops like him out here, just cause I respect him a lot, man. He stood up for me when I was in high school before too. So
There's
You know?
a lot of good cops from this area that we're from. And I don't know. I don't really say. I'm not gonna really go out on the. But I would say more of the city cops. I don't know the sheriffs and but the city cops seem like they're okay. You know what I'm saying? But my whole deal is that if you're the way I look at how everything. If you're a person and you're how should I say it? If you're a silent white, you're probably a racism.
yep.
If you're a silent black,
yeah.
you're probably a racism. If you're a silent motherfucking
Yeah.
Hispanic, whatever it is, if you're a silent, that means that you don't give a shit. So that means that if you're a silent cop, you're probably a bad cop.
That's true, bro. That is so true. That is so true, man. And it's like people get offended when you say that, you know. And listen, I have family members that are police officers that are very good people, you know. So I come at that from a point of view where I know there's good cops, right? But the thing is this, a lot of them, they're not going to call out the bullshit by other officers. And that's where we're now, this fucking problem where they're looked at just as bad as the gang down the street because they live by the same code. I'm not ratting out my homie. I'm not ratting out my partner.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The only thing is they're looked at in a better light and they get away with the shit.
Yeah, and we pay them taxes. So I want to ask you guys to do something.
Well, hold on. Can I get a shout out to RP Trayvon, RP Ferguson, RP
Yeah.
Gray, RP George Floyd, the
George
latest.
Floyd, man. George Floyd, man.
Right.
That's
Can
crazy,
I
man.
ask you young guys to do me a favor? I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck how many views we get on the show. Subscribe, bitches. But I don't. The whole no for
True.
real.
Subscribe,
True that.
bitches.
True that.
Subscribe,
True
bitches.
that.
Subscribe,
This
bitches.
is what I need from Derek and Isaiah to do. I want to start this thing. All right.
Yeah.
And what I want to do is I want to start a deal is to where nobody's talking about this right now, but nobody's saying this. But to me is to where I love my brother right here. But if he fucks up, right here, he needs to know the consequences because he's not bigger than the law. So I want to start a thing that I want you guys to push hard. A silent cop is a bad cop.
Yep.
Can you guys push
Oh,
that
hell
agenda?
yeah.
Push
Yeah.
that agenda.
I think
Yeah.
they kind of push the agenda as
No, no,
silent racism.
Yeah,
That's what that's how they categorize it.
That's true. That's true. But I want you guys to
Yeah.
push it. A silent cop is a bad cop.
Yeah.
Silence. If you're a white person, you know a person is racist, and you're silent about it, that means that you're just as worse as they are.
Yeah.
If I'm a black person,
if you're complacent, if you're complacent, you're complicit.
Yeah. If I'm a black man
Bro.
and I hear my black friend talking about white people and I'm silent about it, that makes me a racism.
Yep.
That makes me a racist.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
You're just as bad because you're
it's the
condoning
same.
it. Yeah.
We have. You can't condone it.
You gotta
My
call
whole
it out.
deal is that just because you're a cop and my tax dollars go to you, your personal agenda shouldn't get in the way of your job. Because I need for you guys to push that agenda.
Yeah.
A silent cop
Silent
is
racism.
a bad cop. Because a silent cop is a bad cop. That means that what he's saying is that what his fellow brother is doing
It's okay.
is okay.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Okay.
And
That's good.
something too, I don't know. I kind of, with everything you see and experiences I've had with cops, you know, it kind of makes me where I don't like cops in general. Like, I know there's good ones out there that I respect, and they know I respect
It ruins
them
it, huh?
because I ran into them, but the bad ones ruin it, man. So I don't know. I know a lot more people feel like that, you know, because I really don't like a lot of cops, man. I'm not gonna lie, but for you cops out there, man, put your chest down a little bit and smile at people, dude. Like, I know when I see you and you look at me with your chest up and like,
Just trying to punk
chest
you.
up and no smile, it's like you're sizing me up, man.
For
And
real.
like, that I don't know. No man likes that feeling, man. So
That's facts.
so just be normal, man.
You want
Treat
me
us
to tell
like
you a
people,
story?
and we'll treat you with respect too, man. So
Yeah.
For real.
yeah.
Oh, everything you said was legit, bro. But yeah, y'all want me to tell you a story real
Give me a
quick?
story.
About some. It was actually a cop interaction, man.
Yeah.
And back where I'm going to college at right now, and it's predominantly white there. You
Mhm.
know, it's not fully diverse. It's a little diverse due to the college, but
Yeah.
it's still predominantly white there. So basically, it's probably like around 10:30, right? And I pull up to the gas station, knowing that the gas station closes at 11 o'clock, right? And when I pull up to the gas station, it's still bright, you know, but I'm the only car there,
Mm-hmm.
the only person in the lot,
Yeah.
right? And I have my AirPods in. I don't know why I didn't have it connected to my Bluetooth on the car. I don't know why I just had my AirPods in. I know y'all done that too. But so I wasn't even gonna get gas. I was just going inside to get something to drink, or I forgot what I was gonna get. But anyway, when I pull up to the pump, it was the first pump right next to the gas station door. And when I got so I turned off my car, turned off my lights, and I was just sitting there with my AirPods in, and then I got out, boom. And when I get out, I turn to like walk, like after you close your door, like I turn to walk back towards the trunk of my car
Mm-hmm.
to go into the store, and there's a cop standing outside, like outside his car. There's a cop outside of his car, no sirens on or anything. He's just standing right at the front of the head of his.
Just staring at you or what?
Yeah, literally, he scared me. And it's 10:30 at night. There's no one there, and I said, "What did I say?" It was weird because I didn't expect him to be there. Remember, I had my AirPods in.
Yeah.
So I took him out, and I was like, "Whoa, you scared me, officer."
Yeah.
And I kind of like a little giggle, laugh type of thing, and he just was straight faced.
Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
hate that, man.
Yeah, I don't know what these
It
dudes are on
was
a
weird.
trip.
It was
Yeah.
so weird. And then he started questioning me about my lights, and he asked me if my lights worked. And I said, "Of course, and I started backpedaling.
Yeah.
Like I backpedaled and I like opened up my door and I was like, "Yeah, my lights work, officer. I just bought this car like 8 months ago, like 6, 7, 8 months ago." And then I shut the door again, and then I was walking back back towards him, like into the store, kinda,
Yeah.
because I was just trying to get away, man. Like honestly, like I started like thinking,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "Well, aren't they automatic?" And I was like, "Bro, you just literally just saw me switch them on and off."
Yeah.
So at that point, I was just trying to get back.
He's
to
just
the
fishing
store.
for something.
Yes, that's exactly what he was doing. And it was literally like he was
Yeah.
harassing me, and
Yeah.
I didn't even like think about it until like right when I got into the store. I just went straight to the cashier and was just like talking to him because I didn't want him to come into the store and like talk to me more. You know what I'm saying? It was a weird experience, and it was like I was smart enough to like know what he was doing to a point.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I read people pretty decently.
Well, you know, that just goes back to you saying though, like you don't feel safe.
Yo, I did not feel safe.
Cops are supposed to, and listen, cops have a tough job, right?
Yeah.
But damn, dude, like if people don't feel safe around you,
the cashier
there's
was
a fucking
like,
problem.
because cashier has the cameras,
Yeah.
and he was seeing everything. He was remember, I was the only one there.
Yeah.
So when I get into the store, this dude literally just says, sorry, this dude literally just says, what was all that about? A white dude.
you're like, I have no idea. That's the $1 million question, man.
That's
Like,
that's funny you say that.
The white dude was like, what was all that about? I was like, bro, like, thank you.
Right.
Like, you understand, like, you witnessed them.
that's some messed up shit, bro. Listen, dude. Man, I'm passionate about this topic, dude, because to me it's fucking plain as day. Like, you know, it's cool to get your guys' perspective on this stuff, man. But you know, this is stuff that we
gotta have a talk till we have our first interaction with the cop, because I got a story for you guys. My first interaction with the cop when I was a kid, and it changed my whole life,
dude. You know, we can have you. I remember hearing, I think it was D.L. Hewley talked about this. I think, and if I could be mistaken, but because people's response is just respect them. Like, why do you fear them? Why do you run from them? Well, D.L. Hewley talks about this one time where he said, he's like, my first interaction was, I think he said 5 years old, where they pulled up a group of kids, and he ends up shoving his face against the car and calling him the N-word, like, you little nigger, you know, and threatens him and stuff, and so you got to think, and I don't know, I'm not black, but I try to put myself in other people's shoes a little bit. But you got to think, 5 years old, the PTSD that puts on a kid now when they see a police officer. So now you know, you're 10 years old and a cop pulls up and you take off running and they chase you. Why are you running? Well, it's because my experience with you has been fucking bad, dude. Like, you're not somebody that you scare me. You know what I'm saying? So I think people just need to see that, man. The way inner cities and minorities our police are different than suburbs.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
When I was like 10 years old, dude, I was so fucking naive, bro. I was so naive.
Well, yeah, you're 10 years old, dude. You're supposed to be, dude.
I was 10 years old, and I remember fucking my mom. I lived with my aunt, you know, my aunt, and I was going to go visit my mom out in Bellevue. And Bellevue, Washington, was kind of like a up prominent. Anyways, and I was on the bus, and it was fucking dark out, and I'm like riding, and I was like, oh man, I gotta get on. I gotta walk through the alley. And it's gonna be this scary. Oh, I'm scared as shit. So I got off the bus and I was fucking scared as shit, dude, because I had to walk up an alley, but I saw a cop car, and I was like, oh man, I'm safe.
Yeah.
And as I saw the cops, I locked eyes with them, and they're like, whoop, whoop, and they fucking pulled me over, and they just like started like harass. They grabbed me, they put my hands behind my back, they put handcuffs on me.
Wow.
And I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
And the younger cop knew that this older cop was fucked up.
Yeah.
But he was just kind of like looking like, why the fuck are we doing this?
Yeah.
And he put me on this hood, and it was fucking hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
He put me on the car, and I remember he was like, where are you going? So and so. And I remember I was crying, dude.
Yeah.
And I was scared as shit, man. He was like, and he started going through my backpack because I had my homework and shit.
Yeah, I've seen some bullshit.
And he was telling me that the book that I had was dumb and all this stuff. And it fucking really hurt me, man, because I always looked at like cops as it was always good and you had your bad. And I remember when those cops left, when they basically, after that cop let me go, that alley in that dark was nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
and it changed it changed my life. It was like I looked at
and that's what people need to realize, bro. Like that, and it pisses me off that people don't take a step back instead of trying to prove that this stuff doesn't exist. Listen to a story like this and realize, man, how that could just mess up your whole life, or how that police officers, there's some bad ones out there.
It's a corrupt system for sure.
It's a corrupt system, right? Like, that's what pisses me off, man. We're going to get back on this topic, though, because this is a good one.
I understand, but what I don't understand what's trending, man, is the All Lives Matter movement.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just you know what, dude? Like, that's a good topic because
we should have a topic.
Because you know what? Because it's a slap in the face, man. Listen, we got to the protest, because if that was in protest to the Black Lives Matter, and it's just a slap in the face to people that have been oppressed for 400 years.
Preach, bro.
Like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's like for 400 years, and then for a while.
Well, lives do matter, Derek.
right. And no shit, they matter.
Of course we know
It's just
that.
Nobody's
it's just a slap in the face. And honestly, dude, for a white person to come up with the All Lives Matter movement, dude, no. In my book, no white person has any foot to stand on when it talk about racism at this point, right?
And you guys listen,
Because they've got it wrong for 400 years.
Listen here. Me and Derek, we're gonna invest in. I don't want to consider it like a white face deal, but we're gonna get a mask, and what we're gonna do this mask.
You can't tell what we're doing. It's gotta be a surprise.
Wait, y'all really doing this?
No, what we want to do is we want to get a mask, and basically we're gonna go around, and this mask is a white older guy, and we're gonna do scenarios to.
Like a full on like glued to you, like it looks like you look like a real old white man.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna push the.
And then he's
limit.
gonna do the same thing as the real black man, and
Okay.
see the different.
Yeah.
That's some good skits, huh?
Yeah,
But you
so-
can't give them.
I can't give you guys a whole lot, but that's what we're gonna do. And if you guys don't like it, fuck you.
Like
So hey, we're gonna wind down here. So I got a question, maybe two more, for you young bucks. Where do you guys see yourself in the next 5 years?
Oh man, I got a lot
deep.
of plans, man.
That's deep, man. Give it to us, man.
Well,
Me?
with
My
how my
Lord.
life is right now, I got a lot of plans, man. I don't know exactly how they'll work out, but I'm a strive for 'em.
Where do you want it to be?
Where I want to be right now, I say married to my beautiful girlfriend I got now. Have a couple kids, you know. Have a beautiful home, have a solid job, man. Have a healthy family, and just be able to provide and have, healthy family, provide for my family, and that's it, man. Just that's where I see myself in 5 years, just married with a family and living life, man, to my fullest ability. So
I feel you, bro.
yeah, nothing specific, but
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna get there. My goals are get accomplished, man. So
Right.
You gotta believe that.
yeah.
What about you? Talking that mic, son.
Well, I'll be 27. Man, in 5 years, I see myself, probably like traveling, making a lot of money. I don't know. I'm just extreme dreams right now. I mean, probably have a couple places to stay.
Hey, man, you
I
gotta
don't know if I'll be
dream it to
settled down.
achieve it, son.
I mean, I don't know if I'll be settled down. I mean, because I love women. So it's kind of hard.
Well, the more the
So,
merrier, man. Huh?
Yeah.
If you can
But-
do it, if you dream it, you can achieve it.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
man.
They know who it
Hey,
is.
plant those seeds, man.
That's
They know-
definitely my boy.
they know-
Plant
the
those
prize.
seeds.
What'd you say?
That's cool.
Plant your seeds,
No,
man.
no.
No.
You don't want to plant seeds that you can't take care of. You just want to enjoy the greatness of life.
No, I just feel like, honestly, I don't want to be like financially secure,
Yeah.
and have all
Yeah.
my own shit before I actually like really try to settle down and find a solid woman I want to
Yeah.
settle down with. I'm being
Nice.
serious.
And make sure you settle down with a broad. She got her own shit,
Yeah, she's got to be solid.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm gonna like try to like have a long-term relationship.
Yeah, you
with
want
her.
somebody that's motivated, that's
Motivated,
got goals too,
educated,
and that you guys
yeah.
can just set goals
Build some
together,
shit
right?
together.
Build
Yeah, but I'm
together,
not
man.
looking for anything like serious at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, if I wanted to settle, I could, but
Yeah.
I'm not trying.
Yeah, take your time, man. There's no
Yeah.
rush.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But the whole deal is if you want to do that, that's fine. If you don't want to, that's the best part about life is when you're young.
Yeah,
is
do
to
what you
where-
want, man.
Do
Of
what
course,
you
baby.
want to do, especially because we're in America.
I'm living.
And if you don't like America, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Wait a second, Anthony. You don't like America. You're talking about racism.
I love America. I'm free.
Racists built this country, motherfucker.
Facts. That's facts.
I hate when people say that, man. If you don't like it so bad, just get out of here.
Fuck it. If you don't love it, leave it. Let me tell you, man. Our people built this country. Like,
No.
who's your fucking
Man,
people?
you mean black people? You mean Asian people? And you mean Hispanic people? Like we all been exploited, man.
Yeah. But there's been a lot of white people that built it.
No,
But
yeah,
no,
yeah,
but
no,
there's
I know what I'm
been
saying.
there's been a group of white people. That's the whole deal is that a lot of people that are racism, that's it. They don't even fucking know their background. It's kind of like
Nope.
so.
Yeah.
White people is what? White people is Well, what nationality? Well, I'm a Heinz 57. I got German. I got Scottish. I got some Holland. I got some Norway. I got some Switzerland. So the fuck is that? No. So the whole thing is that. That's the thing in America is don't get mad, white people. The thing is that no, for real. The thing is that when it comes to America, it's kind of like there's always a minority, unless you're from a European country.
It's true. That's true, man.
So did you know that you're not a minority? You're like the whole list. You're a minority. I'm a minority. But if you're German, you have a kid. That kid is American. Yeah. It's not German American. Yeah, that kid's American.
And Caucasian.
It's Caucasian, yeah.
So like you're saying if I had like a Russian kid, right? No, if I was a Russian mother and I come to America and I have a Russian kid.
American.
And he's a white, is he going to be called a Russian American?
No,
he's going to be called Caucasian.
American.
Even though he's Russian.
Yeah. American.
I don't see.
And that's the whole deal is that's what makes America great.
It is.
Of course, we're a melting pot of immigrants of everything.
If you don't like it, Anthony, get out of this country, man.
Oh, fuck.
Nah, man. Hey, so yeah, man. I think we're good, man. We killed it today. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Subscribe. Hey, tell these motherfuckers to subscribe.
Subscribe. Hey, yo, follow me.
The Lab DNA, right?
The Lab DNA.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Like and subscribe to the Lab DNA. We're gonna be coming out with some good content.
Yeah, go ahead. We're
gonna come out with some good content. We're gonna try to hit it off more. If not every day, every 2 days, we'll have some stuff out there for you guys.
And we're gonna have little Derek and Isaiah behind the scenes of a lot of stuff that we do. Some of the questions that we're in. So when they post stuff, they're part of our production team. So that's just who we are.
Yeah, we need some help to get content out consistently.
So the thing is,
subscribe.
So not just to subscribe. Really look at the motherfucking subscribe
and listen to what we saying. Real shit. Sorry. Anyway, follow the Instagram at the Lab DNA THELAB DNA.
Yeah. Do it. Hey, we want to thank you guys, man. And real quick, we want to make sure we give our respects to George Floyd, the gentleman that was just murdered by police officers in Minneapolis, man. We hate to always talk about some of these deep topics, man, but when they're in your face, we have no choice but to talk about it, man. So, hopefully we get past this and be better after this, man. But I know myself and Anthony, and we're sick and tired of talking about this stuff, man. But we're gonna keep doing it when it's out there. So, anyways, guys, peace out. We enjoy it. Thank y'all.
Yeah. Hey, wait up on YouTube. It's the Lab DNA. So go like and subscribe on there, and we'll have some new stuff out. Stay tuned on Facebook. We'll have some questions for you guys about some new topics and stuff. So,
and remember, hey guys, after it's all said and done, remember this: at the very all said, a silent cop is a fucking bad cop.
Yep.
Peace.